Well, we just made it here to Idaho. This is a hunt that we've been looking forward to for a couple of years, just never had the opportunity to put it on paper and get it on the calendar, but we finally done that. We were at Dallas Safari Club earlier this year and decided to bite the bullet and put the deposit down and get on the plane and come here to Idaho, and we're definitely excited to be here at camp. So we've encountered our first challenge of the trip. We're about to head up the canyon and saw a fire truck pulled out, actually eased out on the road and stopped us. Apparently there's some down power lines across the road, so instead of working back around the canyon, we're just going to go back to town, hang out for an hour, have a cheeseburger or something, and then hopefully they'll get this cleaned up and we can get back up the mountain. It's starting to rain. Kind of reminds me of Spain. Everyone tells me it never rains in Idaho until we get here. They had what appears to be a tornado come through and some heavy rain, so as we were coming up into camp, the road was closed for down power lines. There's pivots that have been turned over, and as you can see behind me, there's some natural waterfalls. And what they're telling me aren't normally creeks or rivers or anything else. So just the amount of water that came down in a short period of time almost washed out the area. What we do understand is the road going into camp's no problem. So we're gonna get back in the SUV and head up to camp, and hopefully we'll be hunting first thing in the morning.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home. That you will be there when the rains are gone, like a light in the night. You will always be my home.
Well, we made it here to camp. First thing we want to do, obviously, is check our Christensen rifle, make sure that the airline didn't knock it off. It's worth the extra couple minutes on a trip like this to go and check your zero before you head out to the field. I'm good when you are. Should 5 in? Yep.
You're at 7 o'clock inch low.
Yep, perfect. So unfortunately, the weather on day one has not really cooperated with us as far as the morning's concerned. We spent the entire morning in camp waiting for the fog to burn off. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, had a little bit of lunch, and it looks like the fog is lifted and the rain's obviously let up a little bit, enough so that we can get out of camp and see if we can't go put some eyes on some. We're gonna sneak up this 2-track. What he's telling me, there's a nice little vantage point up there where we can glass from. We've been looking forward to this trip since January when we booked it at Dallas Safari Club. Let's see if we can make this thing happen. Telling us we're going to sit down, just relax a little bit in glass, catch our breath, and hopefully some elk can come out. Like I said earlier, it's been rainy and foggy all day. Now the wind's picking up. But we're up on this huge vantage point overlooking this canyon. So if they're funneling from anywhere, they should be funneling right in here. It'd be pretty awesome if it'll happen. See him working, yeah. fog's starting to roll back in just a little bit. Got a nice breeze in our face, so we're tucked in up here. Nothing really knows that we're in the area. So we're gonna hang out for another 10 minutes of mine, not Woody's, and then we might go for a little Welta and walk around a little bit and see what else we can find. We got another bull across the ridge. I just ranged him 716 yards, so Woody's glassing them up. We're going to continue to do that. Glass and look, and try to make sure that they're in the age class that we're looking for. You know, want to make sure that we shoot a nice mature old bull. So we made it back here to camp. Woody had put us in a great spot up on this huge vantage point. We looked over this huge basin and saw 4 bulls this afternoon. One was a nice 6x7 that just gave us a shot opportunity for maybe 30 seconds or so and then work back into the brush. And then we saw another one at about 700 yards, and the first 2 were up on a ridge at over 600. So we have high hopes for this trip. It's our first day. We've been battling the elements so far. We've got a lot of rain, a lot of fog, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're back here at camp just because we got rained out again. If this fog blows out and the rain obviously follows, we'll gear back up and go out. We've still got probably 4 or 5 hours of shooting light left. Current conditions, we're just not going to risk it. We've been challenged with the weather all day. We're out in the buggy now. We've been glassing. As soon as we got to the top of the hill, or the mountain, I guess I should say, we're not in Texas anymore, the fog rolled back in. It just literally cleared out about 2 minutes ago. We're glassing this ridge about 1,000 yards in front of us. Then we're just going to coast down here and go to our left, and then kind of set up and glass a little bit and walk, glass and walk. So we still got a couple hours of shooting light left. Hopefully we can get it done. We got a little bit of a light rain, but nothing's going to send us back to camp at this point. This low ridge line, and they haven't spotted this bull down in the valley. He's about 280 yards below us. So his head's behind some brush. We're trying to get some glass on him right now. We just spotted another elk from up at this ridge top. He's 366 that way, just feeding in a little bush. Doesn't know we're here. The last one, we're a little skyline, he saw us. Just blew out, but the action's starting to heat up here in the end of day 1. I mean, they're all in here. Fog's starting to roll in, and the wind's picking up a little bit, but we've got a great vantage point here. We're going to stick it out until last light, and hopefully we get a shot opportunity. But So we're wrapping up the first day. Unfortunately, the hunt got off to a little bit of a slow start and cost us a lot of time while sitting here in camp waiting for the rain and the fog to burn off. We're going to be patient and hopefully get that big bull that we've been looking for years. Just got to the spot where we're going to start to hike in for the morning. Yesterday was an absolutely phenomenal day. Although we did encounter a little bit of rain, a little bit of fog, we saw probably 15 different bulls, just nothing that we wanted to take a swing at on day one. Being a little picky on this hunt, and being that it was day one, I just want to look over the herd and see what's available to us. So, like I said, we just got to the spot. Looks like we're going to hike up this little knob here, and hopefully there's a clearing up there, and we'll be able to get eyes on both sides of this little knob. So, it's going to be a great day. It's clear and cool, and we're going to start heading up this mountain. First bull of the morning spotted. Just trying to catch her breath a little bit. You got some brush in the way. Yeah, a little bit. You guys ready?
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
That hit him hard.
Yeah. Just listen, great shot. Nice freaking shot.
You beat that?
That's a good shot. That was freaking awesome.
So we started out early this morning working up this ridge, and Woody put us on 3 great bulls this morning. And it was just a matter of deciding which one. And they started working down the ridge a little bit, and one followed the other one. And you know, Woody called me on the second one. He got a little broadside, and he was behind some brush, popped the safety off, and he eased out. And Woody stopped him with a cow call, and I put it right on that front shoulder at 330 and let that Christensen 7 PRC bark. And man, I hit him so hard. I mean, we're obviously shooting suppressed, and you can hear the report of that bullet, and it just whacked him. And you know, talking to the guys here, Kyle, Woody, and Adam, there's a pine tree that he just crashed right into, and we think he's down within a couple steps. So now the fun part begins. We're here in Idaho, first elk with the Christensen 7 PRC, and I couldn't be happier. So we got a long walk to go in and get him. Glad we've been doing all that cardio, which we haven't been, but it's all gonna be worth it when we get to him. So we got to the opposite ridge where Woody's obviously, you know, picked up the bull. We were trying to communicate cross canyon, and you know, 300-400 yards. It's hard to try to figure out what the other guy's saying through binos. But we got over here to where he's at. He came down the trail and met us, and said I put it right on that shoulder and smoked him. He only went about 30 yards from the impact, and we're gonna go put our hands on him. Lose him?
No, he's right there. Freaking awesome.
Thank you.
He's just right there. Bolt's open. Look at that big mamma jamma.
He's freaking awesome.
Look at the mass on him. Dude.
He's freaking awesome.
At 3:30 across the canyon, I couldn't see that. Maybe you could, but
He's awesome.
yeah. Well, we just got up to my bull. Obviously, we're huffing and puffing. Woody obviously came over and found him and located him for us. But today's been a fantastic day. You know, we started out early, had breakfast about 5:45, left camp shortly thereafter, climbed up to the first ridge and just started spotting bulls immediately. And we saw 3 shooters right out of the box. Woody got us prone on the ridge, and it was just a waiting game at that point. And candidly, at one point, I thought the hunt was over because he's like, oh, they're going into the brush and they're going to leave us forever. But fortunately, that didn't happen. The first one that this guy was following stopped, and he stopped right behind him, and then they started to pick up again, and Woody made a little cow call at him, and he stopped and turned broadside, and at 330 yards, just put it right on his shoulder and absolutely pumped him. He went maybe 30 yards from where the impact was and died right here. Couldn't be any happier. As Adam would say, I'm super excited, and this is what memories are made of.